students, welcome back, and we are continuing the chapter on index numbers. In the last video, we saw about the unweighted types of index numbers and how we could solve them. Okay, and we also saw a couple of example sums. And then students, we also saw weighted index number and what are the different types of it. So let's begin in today's video about different types of weighted index numbers. So students, this is what we ended up in the last video saying. Weighted index numbers are those index numbers where there is some weight assigned to every formula. Okay, and what were the different types we saw? Dobish-Bowley, Fisher's ideal, Marshall-Edgeworth, Laspeyres, Paschis, and Kelly's. Now students, understand here, let me tell you a secret. And the secret is that students, if you know Laspeyres and Paschis index number, if you know these two, right, Laspeyres and Paschis index number, it is like you know almost 90% of index numbers. Why, sir? Because students, all the other formulas are revolving around Laspeyres and Paschis index number. So let us start one by one. Firstly, Laspeyres method, and this method was devised by Laspeyres in 1871. In this method, students, the weights are determined by the quantities in the base. So students, remember, for Laspeyres method, and what are we talking about here, students? Pay attention. P01, the formula is P01, that means this is Laspeyres price index number. Students, in this entire chapter, we are going to study about two types of index numbers. Okay, one is price and one more is quantity. One is price and one more is quantity index number. So pay attention. So firstly, I will tell you price, and then immediately I'll give you the quantity index number formula also. So write it down. Students, in Laspeyres index number, quantity of the base year is considered. Can you see here? Formula P01 equals to summation P1 Q0, quantity of the base year Q0, divided by summation P0 Q0, again quantity of the base years. Students, remember, in Laspeyres price index method, in Laspeyres price index formula, quantity is of the base year. The formula is P01 equals to summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. Okay, next one, students, Paschis method. Now this Paschis method was given by a German statistician called Paschy, and students, Paschy is opposite of Laspeyres. In Paschis also, okay, quantity is considered, okay, weight, but which one? Quantity of the current year. Quantity of the current year is considered as the base. Can you see the formula? P01 equals to summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1 again. So look at the formula above. Laspeyres is Q0 Q0. This is same P1 by P0, P1 by P0. But look at the quantity. In Laspeyres, it is quantity of the base year. In Paschis, it is quantity of the current year. Into 100 is there everywhere. Remember, now this is Laspeyres price index number and Paschis price index number, students. In both the price index number formulas, what is the base? The base or the weight is considered as quantity of the base year in Laspeyres, quantity of the current year in Paschis. Now students, let us see what is quantity index formula. Okay, quantity index number formula of Laspeyres. Now how we have Laspeyres price index number P01, students, same way Laspeyres quantity index number will be Q01. Okay, and this is the formula. Laspeyres quantity index number equals to Q01. So why have you written this L, sir, here small? That is because, students, just to show you that this is quantity index number, but of whose? Laspeyres. The quantity index number of Laspeyres equals to summation Q1 P0 by summation Q0 P0 into 100. So that is summation Q1 P0 by summation Q0 P0 into 100. If you see, students, it is just the opposite of Laspeyres price index number. It is just the opposite, right? Here, sir, it is Q1 by Q0, yes, but price is of the base year. So students, remember, Laspeyres is always base year. For price index number, quantity is the base. For quantity index number, price is the base. Just remember that. I repeat once again slowly. Last year's price index number or last year's method. For price index, this one, quantity is the base, Q0, Q0. For quantity index number, price is the base, P0, P0. Rest of the formula by heart, students. Same way, students, Paaschi's method. I have given you price index number formula already. P01 equals to summation P1Q1 by summation P0Q1 into 100. Can you tell me what is Paaschi's quantity index number formula? What is Paaschi's quantity index number formula? Think, students. Quantity index. Sir, price index. Quantity was of the current year. That means in quantity index number, price will be of the, very good, price will be of the current year. So students, let's see the formula. Paaschi's quantity index number, the formula is Q, okay, Q01, that is of Paaschi's quantity index number is summation Q1 P1 by summation Q0 P1 into 100. So remember, price index number, quantity of the current year, quantity index number, price of the current year. In which one? In Paaschi's. So remember, last year's is concerned with the base year, sir, and Paaschi's is concerned with the current year. And I told you, students, if you know these two, it's like you know 90% of the formula. Why, sir? Let's look into the next. Next formula, Marshall-Edgeworth method. Now, what is this Marshall-Edgeworth method? Marshall-Edgeworth, in this method, right, what they do is they take the aggregate of current year's price multiplied by the weights of both base year also, current year also. They take the price, okay, they take the price of the current year, but then they take weights, no, for weightage, they compare both base year also as well as current year also. Observe the formula carefully. P01 equals to summation P1Q0 plus summation P1Q1 divided by summation P0Q0 plus summation P0Q1 into 100. If you see the numerator, student, if you see the numerator, it is nothing but numerator of last year plus numerator of Paaschi's. Numerator of last year plus numerator of Paaschi's divided by denominator of last year plus denominator of Paaschi's. Isn't it? P1Q0 plus P1Q1. Okay. P1 and P1, both the places. See here. Here also P1, here also P1. But quantity of the base, quantity of the current. That's what is given there in the statement also. Is price is multiplied by both base year as well as current year. P1 into Q0 plus P1 into Q1 divided by P0 into Q0 plus P0 into Q1 into 100. So students, now it will be easy for you to derive the quantity index number. Can you tell me what's the quantity index number? So wherever there is P, there will be Q. Wherever there is Q, there will be P. Nothing else, sir. Yes. So quantity index number of Marshall-Edgeworth is Q01, students. Q01 equals to summation Q1 P0 plus summation Q1 P1 divided by summation Q0 P0 into summation Q0 P1 into 100. So students, it's all about understanding one formula to write down and what is in it. Okay, so in Marshall-Edgeworth, how is it, students? In Marshall-Edgeworth, okay, in price index number, price is taken and multiplied with the quantity both of the current year and the base year. In quantity index number, quantity is taken, multiplied with price both of the base year as well as the current year. Okay, next, students, is Kelly's index. Now, Kelly's index number is completely different. Why, sir? Why is it different? Because here, there is nothing called as base year and current year in the weight. Okay, just normal quantity is taken. For example, see the formula first. Okay, then we will look at the examples later. P01 equals to price index number equals to summation P1Q divided by summation P0Q into 100. Summation P1Q by summation P0Q into 100. So what is Q here? Q is nothing but, students, quantity. Not given whether it is of the base year or current year. Whichever quantity is given, you need to consider that. whatever quantity is given, you need to consider that. It may be current year or it may be base year, doesn't matter at all. And students also remember, Kelly's index number, right, does not have quantity index number. Kelly's index number has only Kelly's price index number. There is no quantity index number. Okay. Now, Dorbish-Bowley. Dorbish-Bowley is a combination of last year's and past year's, students. Very important 2 marks question. Okay, from Dorbish-Bowley you will get. What kind of 2 marks? We will look later when we do sums, students. Okay. Now, Dorbish-Bowley's method is a combination. What type of combination? So, in simple terms, students, last year's and past year's combination of arithmetic mean. So, how to find out last year's method? Answer, how to find out Dorbish-Bowley's price index number. How to find out Dorbish-Bowley's price index number? Easy, sir. You told last year and past year's average. That means last year's price index plus past year's price index divided by 2. That's what I've written here, students. Dorbish-Bowley's price index number is nothing but last year's price index plus past year's price index divided by 2 or into 1 by 2. This is Dorbish-Bowley's price index number. Quantity index number same way but the opposite. But before that, let us see the full formula, students. How to write the full formula? This is how we write full formula. P01 equals to summation P1Q0 plus summation P0Q0. This is last year's formula, no, students. Plus summation P1Q1 by summation P0Q1 divided by 2 into 100. So last year's formula plus past year's formula, arithmetic mean, so divide by 2, that is average, into 100. We get Dorbish-Bowley's. Same way, students, please write down quantity index number of Bowley. Quantity index number, this is the formula, Q1 P0 by summation Q0 P0 plus summation Q1 P1 by summation Q0 P1 into 100. Third, can we write the shortcut formula also in quantity index number for Dorbish-Bowley? Yes, students. This P will be replaced by Q. Quantity of last year plus quantity of past years, okay, divided by 2 will give you QDB, that is quantity index number of Dorbish-Bowley. Next is Fisher's index number, students, and this is called as Fisher's ideal index number. Why is it called ideal? I will tell it to you later when we come to the second part of this chapter. Okay, as of now, Fisher's ideal index number. So students, Dorbish-Bowley was called arithmetic mean. Same way, Fisher's is called as geometric mean. Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of what? Of last year's and past years. Fisher's index number PF01 equals to square root of last year's formula into past year's formula. That's what is given here in the big formula. P01 equals to square root of summation P1Q0 by summation P0Q0 into remember, into geometric mean, this is multiplication, okay, summation P1Q1 by summation P0Q1 into 100. So students, these are all the formulas of weighted price index number. So we saw last year's, past year's, Marshall Edgeworth, Kelly's, Dorbish-Bowley and Fisher's index number. To repeat to you once again, remember last year's was what? Last year's was based on base year quantity for price index, okay. Then the other one was past year's was current year. Dorbish-Bowley is arithmetic mean, Fisher's is geometric mean, okay. Kelly's no quantity considered, and one more was which one? Very good, Marshall Edgeworth. Marshall Edgeworth we saw numerator multiply into both base year and current year, denominator also multiply both base year into current year. Students, please memorize all the formulas, pause the video, memorize all the formulas. What do we have next? Okay, I forgot to tell you, students, we have quantity index number for Fisher's. Quantity index number for Fisher's is here, okay. Same way as price index number, you write quantity index number also, okay. That is nothing but square root of summation Q1 P0 by summation Q0 P0 into summation Q1 P1 by summation Q0 P1 into 100. Here it is quantity index number. So price of last year's and price of past year's is considered as the base. Okay, so write it down. If you have not written this, we just missed it out previously. Okay, so please write it and let's move forward. Let's take an example. Here there's a question now. Given below is the price and quantity data. Price and production is given, students. Okay, price and production means quantity. 2002 and 2007. This is given. We have to find out last year's, past cheese, and Fisher's index number. Let us see how to do it. Okay, students, there if you had seen in the question, okay, if you had seen in the question, this was given as 2002, correct? This was given as 2007 or 9. Let us consider 7 now. Okay. So students, 2002 is called base year, right? The lesser year, the lower year is called as the base year. So that's why base year price is P0, base year production is Q0. Base year current year price is P1, current year production is Q1. Now students, we need to find out 4 different columns. Why, sir? Because we require it for formulas, be it last year's, past cheese, Dobbs Powley, Marshall Edgeworth, any formula, Fisher's, any formula. We need 4 columns. Which are the 4 columns? One is P0 into Q0. Yes, sir, that is here. One more is P0 into Q1. Yes, sir, that is here. One more is P1 into Q1. Yes, sir, that is here. One more is P1 into Q0. Wherever we have different types of price into quantity, we need to multiply. So this is, students, price of the current year into quantity of the base year. This is P0 Q0, P1 Q1, P0 Q1. Multiply and you need to find the answers. How to multiply, students? Let me just tell you. P1 Q0. How to get these answers? P1 Q0. Multiply these numbers. P1 into Q. 20 into 500, 23 into 590, 24 into 450. You will get these answers and then do the total of it. The total will be called as summation P1 Q0. Remember the totals. So students, same way, you have to multiply every column and find the answer. Okay, you have to multiply every column and find the answer. Okay, multiply every respective column. See, this is P0 Q0, right? So you have to multiply P0 column and Q0 column. This into this, this into this, this into this. 15 into 500, 7,500, 18 into 590, 10,620, so on. Okay. Once you find this, you need to apply the formula. First is last year's formula. So price index they have asked. So P01 equals to summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. Substitute the answers. What was P1 Q0? Look at the previous page. Pause the video. Go back, students. What was the answer? Yes, it was 34,370, sir. Divided by P0 Q0, 28,020 into 100. Multiply this. Get the answer. Same way, students. Past cheese also. Substitute. Get the answer. Fisher. Substitute. Get the answer. You have to get these answers, students. Please cross check if you are getting these answers. Be very careful here. There is a square root. So first multiply, take the square root. Once you finish taking the square root, after that multiply into 100. So index numbers is not at all difficult, students. One of the easiest chapters is index numbers. But the problem is, sir, we have to remember these formulas. No, yes, statistics is all about formulas. If you know the formulas, the sums are very easy. What did we do? We just multiplied there, we added up, and now we are substituting the totals in the formula, dividing, multiplying, getting the answer. Basic multiplication, division, addition. That's what we have to do in this chapter. Okay, so that's the answer. And students, the last topic for today in this video is value index number. Value, you remember value we spoke about? Price and quantity? Yes. Value is nothing but the product of price and quantity. So for this also we have an index number. How to calculate? Very simple. For current year, multiply P1 into Q1, take the total of it. For the base year, multiply the price and the quantity, P0 Q0, multiply it, take the total of it, and into 100. So value is nothing but value index number. If they ask you, you need to do price into quantity of the current year, multiply everything, do the total. Price index and the quantity of the base year, multiply and get the total P0 Q0. summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. Take the totals, divided current year by base year into 100, you will get the value index number. So students, in this video we have seen about weighted index numbers, that is different kinds of it. Okay, Laspier's, Paschis, Dobbish, Pauli, Kelly's, Marshall Edgeworth and Fisher. And also we saw value index number. We saw index numbers both in the terms of price index and quantity index number. So students, in the next class we will start solving sums in the next video. Before that, please make thorough with your price index number formulas, both of unweighted as well as weighted index number. And if you have liked the class, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, do subscribe it for new video alarms, and leave a comment if you have any doubts. Thank you and have a nice day. I will see you again.